So in the last video, we talked about what happened at the World Championships in Finland. That was my first Ironman World Championship race, and it did not disappoint. If you didn't see that video, go ahead and check it out in the description or check out the channel. So tomorrow is Ironman Arizona, and I am thrilled to do that race. Super excited to get out there and do that and experience an Ironman again. But what I'm most excited about for Ironman Arizona is it's a cooler climate. I've only done a November race one time in 14 years. It was literally 9 years ago, the last time that I did a race this time of year. So being able to train in cooler conditions, being able to race in cooler conditions, I'm really looking forward to that. I sweat profusely, and that's just one more variable at play when I'm doing half Ironmans, yes, but even more so with full Ironman races, just because the day is so long. So tomorrow, coming off of the experience that we had in Finland and the frustration and feeling of looking at the silver lining, our plan for tomorrow is to have a conservative race. And it pains me. It pains me to say that because I know I'm in good shape. I know I'm in good fitness. But this is going to be my 9th or 10th Ironman, and it's been so elusive to me. I've not been able to put the pieces together. I've not been able to crack the code and not been able to have a race that I'm capable of having. Something has always gone wrong, whether it's been in the swim or on the bike or the first 13 miles of the marathon. That has been the story of Ironman. At some point, something's going to fall apart, and then it's a downward spiral from there. And it's just like with Finland, always trying to find the silver lining. And so, the game plan for tomorrow is really simple. We're going to have a very conservative race based on what we've been training at. So conservative meaning much lower than what we think we could handle, what we've been training at. And so for the swim, we're looking to swim 115 to 120, which is, I wouldn't say that's conservative. That's kind of like right where we should be. On the bike, we're looking to go 5.5 hours. It pains me to say that because that's not what training has looked like. We've worked so much harder than that, but we're looking to go 5.5 hours on the bike. And then on the run, we're looking to run a 3:45 marathon. And again, it pains me to say that as well. A 3:45 marathon when I know that I'm in much better shape than that. But the reality of the situation is, of the 9, 10 Ironman races I've done, I always walked up to that race knowing and believing that we were fully capable of, having a great time and great split. And yet it didn't happen. It didn't come together. It fell apart. And so the plan tomorrow is to have a nice conservative day, to race well within ourselves, to put out consistent, even splits all day long. We're racing in cooler conditions. We're focused on the nutrition. We're focused on hydration, focused on sodium, making sure we're getting everything in. There's less stress because we're not pushing the envelope. It's literally I don't want to say like a glorified training day because that's not respecting Ironman, but it is way under what we've trained at, what we're capable of doing. And the purpose of that is to see if we can just have a benchmark, if we can go based on the splits I shared around 10 hours and 45 minutes, that is 30 minutes faster than my PR. So number one, that is a new record. That would be a new record, which is awesome, which is a good thing. And so that would be a great thing to have a new record. But there's just that part of me that, when I know I'm fit and I know the work I've been doing, I want to swing for the fences. But we're in a chapter of life where we're going to try out, hey, we're not going to swing for the fences. We're looking for a base hit. We're looking for a base hit. And a base hit would be well within myself, knowing I could push harder, but intentionally not. And then seeing if we can get to the finish line all in one piece. Seeing if we can get to the finish line where everything is worked out. The nutrition was spot on, hydration was spot on, sodium levels were good, pacing was good, and we cross that finish line, and that would be a win. And, we knock it out of the park if we do that. I'll admit, even if I went 10:45 tomorrow and we hit the time that we wanted, there's still in the back of my mind, I would say, could we have gone faster? I'm just going to say right now, I know that's probably what I'll think, but the whole purpose of making these videos in advance is to capture what the thoughts are in my mind before the race instead of after the race. And so that's why I wanted to make this video. So again, the part of me that wants to go, the part of me that's that dreamer and believer that wants to swing for the fences, thinks that I'm in the best shape of my life, let's go crush it. But I think what would be really good for, you know, us and our training is, like I said, like my coach said, a nice conservative effort, racing well within myself, controlled, consistent, all day long. And then we can build from there. I mean, the reality situation is, if we had tried this years ago, a nice conservative effort, and then each year just look to take off 15 minutes every year. You know, within 4 years, you'd knock off an hour. So my very first Ironman was in 2013. So 10 years ago was my first Ironman, and I went like 11:20. Okay, first Ironman went 11:20. I didn't break that record until like 2 years ago, year and a half ago. So, I mean, this has been a long journey. The Ironman game has been so elusive to me, so frustrating to put in the work, to put in the training, to put in the hours, and then for things to fall apart. And so, you know, here we are. And, you know, 10 years ago, if I had this approach of like, let's just look to take off 10 minutes a year, you know, 10 minutes a year over the last 10 years would have been 100 minutes. And it's like, that's significant time. You know, that's significant time. That's a little over an hour and a half off of a, you know, 11 hours and 20 minutes. That would be like close to like 10-hour Ironman. If we just look to take off 10-minute chunks here, 15-minute chunks there. And so, again, it pains me to say this, but I think this is really what we need. And I'm really excited about it. And now, I don't want to come across as a 10:45 is going to be easy, because it won't be. I will just say the stuff that I've gone through in previous Ironman races, if we can stick to the plan tomorrow, it will be so much different. And what do I mean by that? When I first started doing marathons years ago, I was swinging for the fence. I wanted to run fast. I wanted to run like a 3:20 or 3:30 for my first marathon, and I'd go 4:30. I was disappointed and frustrated. And then it's like the next year I decided, hey, let's just do an easy marathon. And I said, let's just do a 4-hour marathon. That was the easiest, most low-key, most non-eventful marathon of my life. The only thing I remember about that race is crossing the finish line, and a few miles before that I passed my buddy. That's it. It was so uneventful, and I ran like a 3:59 marathon. And so my hope and intent is tomorrow's day is like that, where you still get to respect the distance, you still get to respect the day. I'm in great shape, but racing well within myself, and getting that win and feeling like, hey, we actually accomplished it. We actually stuck to the plan. We accomplished the goal of hitting these splits. So that's that. Really excited. Family's here. We're actually staying in Peoria, Arizona, which is, you know, right outside. I'm about 45 minutes away from Tempe. And so my wife and daughters are here, and my mom and stepdad. And so just making a family trip out of it, family experience. But super excited for this race. And like I said, the part of me is just, it pains me to say it's going to be a conservative day. But the other part of me is very excited about what we could create, and I could really experience what an Ironman is about when things are working, and when instead of when I'm trying to put all the pieces together. And you know, it still may happen. You know, who knows? It's an Ironman. You know, it's 10 and a half, 11-hour day. You know, there's a lot that can happen. But really looking forward to it, and really looking forward to sharing the experience, you know, after I cross the finish line, and the different things I experienced during the race. So with that, next video will be the post-race experience of what Ironman Arizona was. And I'll get that out much quicker than the post-race experience for Finland at the World Championships. So with that, I will see you next time. Bye for now.